Hi, Kenisha. Thank you so much for your poems this week. Um, I wanted to start with your questions. I thought they were really thoughtful, so I want to start there. And your question about providing the name of a Greek god without explanation, or do you need it? Will it hurt your poem? I mean, I don't think that you need to name a Greek god, but I don't think it's necessary, but I do think that if you're asking about it, that you might want to consider it. So why not look up a list of Greek gods and say, okay, which one would be the most appropriate for me to use here? Would it be Zeus? Would it be the god who is the creator of all things, who's also the god that has the lightning bolt? Would it be a different God? So I think it's worth exploring just because you asked the question. And then, do you prefer to write indoors or outdoors? I like writing outside, but only if it's not windy. I tend to write on paper with a pen, and so I love to be outside. I love to be writing outside, but get very, very frustrated if I'm sitting in a windy place. So that is my answer to your questions. I think your first poem is really interesting. It's really detailed. I think you're absolutely able to get across the feeling of annoyance that you feel when you're used to going to a place and not seeing anyone, and then all of a sudden there's a group of people there in this place, even if it's a public place, that you feel like it was your private space. So I think that was very well done. Um, I'm interested when you say you'd be surprised to see how many people drive up a mountain named after a lemon. So I was just reading an article recently about the actual botanist that Mount Lemon was named after, and it's a woman, and I'm wondering if you read a similar article, and why not include her full name, her first and last name? Because the way that it's written, it sounds like you're talking about the fruit. Um, so I would suggest including the botanist's full name in that section. I love the onomatopoeia that you include in this poem with plat. You can hear the last bit of sunscreen. I think that's fantastic. And then moving on to the next poem, On Top of the World. Let me get to your question so I can start there. Yeah, I think you absolutely get the sense of going back and forth between the fear and the beauty that you're experiencing at this place. I think it is a contradiction, but that's not a bad thing. I think that we're with you the whole time. We're with you when the bush shakes, and we're with you when you chide yourself for that fear because it's just a robin, right? I did have a question. My two protectors, God and JR. I'm not sure what JR stands for, and I'm feeling a little silly about it. So I'm wondering what that's about. I love the details that you include in terms of the specks of dirt, pollen in your eyes. I love the detail of the empty campsite, the backpack that was light, no technology, dry bushes. I just think the details and the sensory detail in this poem are absolutely fantastic. So thank you so much for your work this week. I look forward to seeing where you go with this. And please do send me an email or include this in your edit. Who is JR? Thanks.